Welcome.
Welcome back to whatever we're doing.
The Mr. Movies
The
podcast.
Mr.
It's
Movie.
our first away show.
Yeah, can you hear the difference?
Yeah, it's probably really bad,
Really
but it's
bad.
okay.
Yeah, because you're not
Um,
listening for the audio quality.
you're
You're
listening
listening
for the
for
people
the people quality.
and the sound of my mother running back and forth in the hallway.
Yeah, we're going to hear some families, I believe.
Yeah. Uh,
But we are doing what we watched in
in
March. We're
March.
continuing the tradition.
What a month March was.
Yeah, not. Yeah, March. How about it?
March. How about it? Um, who wants to start?
I will start us off.
All right.
I watched a movie called The Farewell.
I watched that movie.
Did you really?
I did. It was on my list.
Let's talk about it.
Alrighty. What did you think?
I cried
I liked
during
it.
this
I
movie.
I didn't cry, but
I don't cry
it was
easily.
I
Like
was near tears.
just okay, so the movie is about it's about the culture in China where if someone is terminal or like an elderly grandparent is terminal, it is customary to not tell them.
Yeah.
And with the idea of ignorance is bliss. So it's about a woman who goes back to China because her grandma is terminal and she's wrestling with the idea that she can't tell her grandma.
hmm
And like, oh,
It was like messed up, but
this
it
movie
was
got me. Like,
yeah.
oh,
It was sad. I was happy she lived though in real life.
yes.
I was like,
Well,
oh, good.
right. I feel like the movie didn't have to tell us that. Like
Yeah.
I'm happy she's alive. Um, but yeah, I wonder if she knows. Like now that the movie's out, do you think they
I
told
would I would think. I mean, I don't know.
man? Anyway, I thought it was amazing. The
I thought it was
dynamic.
really well made. I thought
Yeah.
the acting was really good in it.
Oh yeah, really authentic
Um,
performance from
yes.
everyone.
Um, so yeah, well directed as well.
Yeah, for sure. I recommend this movie to anyone.
Alrighty, I'm gonna go with a a movie I watched called have you ever heard of the film E.T.?
I've heard of it.
Now E.T. was a hit.
It was, yeah.
Have you ever heard of the film Mac and Me?
No, I haven't.
Mac and Me is a phenomenal film from the 1980s that is a knockoff of E.T.,
Oh no.
but it's far it's so bad that it's good. Like
Okay.
it's one of those hidden
Is it
gems.
intentionally bad?
I don't know.
Oh,
I can't imagine they. It's on Amazon Prime. I highly recommend it. I
okay.
genuinely had a really good time watching this.
All right. So
There's
you
the
weren't
main
watching it for
character.
the movie quality, but
Yeah, the main character is in a wheelchair, and there's a scene where he loses control of his wheelchair and he's rolled off a hill, which leads to a cliff, and he falls off the cliff in his wheelchair, and he lands in a pond.
all
This
right.
movie also has some of the best product placement for Coca-Cola I've ever seen in my life.
Wait, when
I
did this
and
movie come out?
it was like the 1980s. It's
Oh, so
so good.
pure Coca-Cola like
It's
advertisement and
pure and McDonald's. There's a I don't want to spoil it, but there's a scene in a McDonald's out of nowhere, and it is one of the it is one of the best things I've ever seen in my life.
was it like the delicious
Oh
quarter
no no
pounder?
no! It was straight up 1980s. Like
Oh,
it's a dance number. That's all I'll say. That's all I'll
oh,
say.
gotcha.
Yeah,
Mac and me. And
Mac
so
and
is
me.
Mac the alien?
Um, yeah, Mac is here. Let me get a. I'm gonna pull up a picture of Mac as my background while we talk.
Okay,
Um.
we're gonna drop the normal background and we'll cut to us, I guess.
Oh shoot, are we? I forgot we're only
No, let's
doing.
do it just for this once, for this minute.
Okay. Well, I'll keep talking about. There's so many good ones.
Well,
Here,
while you pull it up,
this is one.
I guess this is our face reveal. Um, I'm Duncan.
No, we did a face reveal
That's
before
Frank.
when the capos went by.
Oh God, that's right.
There's a dog walking in front of my yard and it's about to poop on all over the driveway.
That's amazing.
Guess who's got to clean it up?
You should like pick up your
R.I.P.
computer to try to show us.
No, because it's my computer's plugged into so much stuff right now.
Yeah, no, me too.
What's something else you've watched?
Well, I've also watched Jennifer's Body.
Oh, ooh.
Jennifer's Body was really fun. It was not
Okay. I've seen clips.
right. It's a really interesting dynamic between the character. Oh my God.
So it's these people. There's like five of them, and there's these people in these rubber suits, and they run and they look god awful, but it's hilarious.
It just looks like that the whole movie.
It looks like that the whole movie, and it's not like it's like a Jaws situation where it's like 2 seconds of screen time. No, it's like prominent, and
Oh
they
my
like they
God.
have weird powers. Like they can point to something and like it blows up and stuff. Like it's such a good movie.
So E.T. was ugly but lovable.
This is
Those things are they just ugly or like
they're ugly, they're adorable in their own sense. They wreak havoc, and
mm-hmm.
it's phenomenal though. I genuinely could see myself rewatching this movie maybe like 8 more times in my lifetime.
All right, wow, that is a glowing recommendation
Yeah,
from you.
it's really good. What were you talking about before I
Oh,
rudely
Jennifer's
cut you?
Body.
Yeah,
It's about these two high school girls, and one of them gets sacrificed, like
as they do.
by a cult, and but the sacrifice only like works halfway or something. But one of the friends, she just starts eating people, and it's
Ah,
about so the movie could have been like, oh, we have to stop like my friend who's like killing people, but instead it's like, how do they main it? It's how do they maintain a friendship?
okay.
Like the girl who's fine is like, how do I stay friends with her when she's killing and eating people? And it's I don't think it was meant to be a comedy, but it's
Hmm.
really funny, and it's a
Okay.
perfect like snapshot of 2008. Like everyone's got like the emo hair like over their eyes, and like
Hmm.
the punk kid has got like the bracelets with the studs on it, and
What
like
year was it released?
it's a good question.
Early
I think early
2000s.
2000s for
Yeah.
sure, but I read the
Early
script.
2000s is like a weird, it's a weird time.
Yeah, 100%.
Like I was a wee
I'm glad I don't
child.
remember it that well.
Yeah.
But I read the script in a script analysis class early on in my freshman year of college, and I remember
Okay.
thinking, "Wow, this seems decent." And then I watched it, and it was like amazing. Like
Oh wow.
it's a campy movie, but it's good
Yeah.
camp. Good camp.
Okay. I'm going to talk about a limited documentary series that I watched on Netflix, and it's not The Tiger King.
Okay.
It's called The Pharmacist,
Oh,
which is really good.
what does the pharmacist do?
So, like, part one is like a murder mystery,
Oh,
and it gets into like, okay, well, this kid was killed because of drugs and stuff, and like the dad in this is like phenomenal. Like I was like, go you! Like he was a
oh yeah.
badass, and he tried to avenge his son's murder, and he did. They got it, but then it gets into how he wants to try to shut down these pharmacies, basically
For
that
like
are
revenge for his son.
no, they're like essentially drug dealers, but they're
Oh,
pharmacists. There's
oh, I
like this
see.
lady who's crazy, and like he tries to shut her down. I don't want to get too much into it, but it's very eye opening
For
about the
sure.
opioid epidemic,
Oh yeah.
and it was really good. I don't want to talk about it too much because I don't want to spoil it, but yeah, I highly recommend it.
Good. Glad to hear it. All right. Well, I'm not finished with it, but for your recommendation, I have been watching The Clone Wars.
Yes. Okay. So I've also been watching the new season of the Clone Wars. So I was going to talk about those
Okay.
episodes as well. So let's talk about you because what did you watch? You watched the first two seasons?
I'm up on like season 4 now, I think.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that. Okay.
Um most of it is good.
Okay, yeah, no,
Like for sure.
there's for sure some stuff in there that's a tad
What the
over
show
the.
does, well, which I appreciate, is they split their stories and their episodes into arcs. So
Yeah.
like every 3 to 4 episodes will be about the same event.
Hmm.
So maybe it's like one battle in this war, or maybe like one
We'll get
assassination
like the
attempt.
second battle of Geonosis and stuff
Sure,
and
yeah.
stuff like that.
So I'm glad they're not devoting only one episode to each event.
Hmm.
I think having multiple episodes exploring like one thing is very interesting and it opens a
Yeah.
lot of doors. Um
Any particular arcs that stick out thus far?
I was a big fan of the arc where you have the worm that like goes in up your nose and like
Oh yeah, yeah. They
attacks
did
your
like a
brain.
zombie movie. Yeah, that was
I
great.
thought that was new territory for that franchise, so I thought
Hmm.
it was interesting how they explored
The Brain
that concept.
Invaders.
Right,
Yeah.
that concept with that world.
Hmm.
And from I'm really big on character work, like in anything.
Hmm.
Um and I really appreciate the arc where they flesh out like just okay, so Rex, he's
Yes.
the main clone. He's sort of like the one most associated with the protagonists.
Hmm.
So he's sort of like the main character when it comes to the clones. In the first 2 or 3 seasons, I didn't feel a strong connection to him just because I knew him as Mr. Clone. He's just like
Yeah, Mr. Clown.
the one I'm supposed to like know
Uh-huh.
on site. But I never thought they like developed him enough until the arc with Pong Krell,
Oh
the Jedi
yeah.
who hates clones.
Yeah.
That arc I think gave Rex more development than any of the other seasons combined. I think having him make big tough decisions and take matters into his own hands and rebelling against like authority, I think was a great thing to explore.
Yeah, for sure. Um, yeah, I really enjoyed the punk crawl thing on Umbrella and stuff. That's one of the stick out moments. Have you gotten to Darth Maul yet?
Yes, I believe that's
Okay.
just where I
So
ended
you're
up.
like you're towards the end of four.
Hmm.
Okay. You hear
No,
my mother in the background?
oh, I don't.
Oh, okay, that's good. 'Cause she's being really loud. All right.
I think I finished season 4 because
I was gonna say because that like ends. I think the
right,
cliffhanger of four is Darth Maul.
right. I the last episode I just watched was Obi-Wan having to fight Maul and his brother.
Uh-huh. Okay. So I'm on the the current season
That's
of
right. Yeah.
Clone Wars. So we finished the Bad Batch. The Bad Batch came to an end.
Hmm.
And
Can you like tell me what the Bad Batch is in like one sentence?
so they're basically a group of defective clones that kind of run their own missions and
Ooh,
stuff.
okay.
And each one of them kind of has like a certain ability. So like one's the muscle, one's a sharpshooter and stuff.
I
So
see.
it's really neat. So it's kind of like they don't fit into any other category. I
Oh,
will
yeah.
say what I'm loving about this final season is you keep getting these very small character moments between like Anakin, Obi-Wan, and like there's a scene with Anakin and Padme that's really good, and it sets up. You can tell we're getting
Right, we all
we're
know
like
where it's going.
we're on the throat of like Revenge of the Sith, and it's really awesome. They just started the Ahsoka arc. We're about 3 episodes. We're 3 episodes into that. So this is her. I don't want to spoil it because I know you're coming up on it.
Well, I've heard big things happen.
Yeah. So this is a very central arc, and I heard online that a lot of people don't like it, which shocked me because I'm loving. I think it's great. Like
Okay.
I genuinely think it's great. It's very character driven, which I
Hmm.
think a lot of people are just like, oh, show me the lightsabers. But you can't have
Understood.
that all the time.
Yeah, of course
Um,
not.
but I'm really enjoying it. Um, so yeah, that's all we'll say. Once you're done, I feel like we should have just a whole.
Oh
I
yeah,
want to do a whole podcast dedicated to the final season because the final season's just I'm loving
I'd
it,
be interested in hearing what you have to say about
and
that.
we're leading up to a siege.
Ooh.
Which I'm excited about.
Okay, this next one kind of only counts for like half But what are you holding up?
It's a black piece of paper. I want to see if I can cover part of my face. Okay, continue.
Jeez, that is distracting. Okay, so in my household, I feel like I'm
Sorry, I'm
talking
done.
to
I'm
Mac.
done.
I don't want to
Okay,
talk to Mac. Um, so in my house, we do like a movie night type thing.
that's
And because
cute.
there's 4 people in our house and we can never really decide on which movie to watch.
I'm in that situation because of the whole quarantine thing, like every
Exactly.
night.
So we have a rotation. So like I will pick a movie one night and then my mom will pick the next and then my dad and then my little brother and we'll just continue that cycle. Well, it was my little brother's pick.
Oh yes,
And you know my little brother.
I love your brother.
He
Yeah,
loves poking boundaries and like upsetting people for a joke.
I'm so excited.
So he picked The Secret Life of Pets 2.
Not the direction I thought that was gonna go.
We'd never seen the first one.
Okay.
No one expressed any interest in watching this, but he picked it. So I watched, well, okay, one other key factor is that we did not finish the movie
Okay.
because we were about 20 minutes away from the end. And then he turns around and says, "You guys aren't finding this as funny as I thought you would." And I think my parents got very angry. So we shut down the whole thing.
Uh-huh.
So I did not finish The Secret Life of Pets 2.
Was it how was it?
It was pretty bad.
Okay.
I can't I don't know if it was because I hadn't seen the first one. I don't know these characters and they were like building off of what they had already established, but no
Hmm.
one was likable. None of the jokes were landing. The animation was beautiful, like state of the
That's
art
good.
imagination. Or like
Doesn't Kevin Hart play a bunny?
he sure does.
Yeah,
A
how's that?
superhero bunny.
Ah, in with the times.
So I'm gonna level with you. I hated it.
Okay,
uh,
that's fair.
yeah. Show it to your kids, but leave the room. It's not worth it.
I feel like movies like that were made to shut the kids up.
Yeah, for sure. When I have kids and they're like bugging me, I'm just gonna be like, go watch fucking Secret Life of Pets 2 or something. That's awful. I forgot this is recorded.
It's
I'm,
okay. Hey, that means it's genuine. I watched a animated film that I didn't
oh,
think
what you
was
got?
all too good.
Ooh,
Uh, I watched. It's gonna be controversial.
let's hear it.
I watched Frozen 2.
And you
Gasp.
didn't love it?
I love the first Frozen, and
For
my
sure.
issue with this film is here's what I loved about it. I loved that they branched out and they you just changed. For those of you just listening, because we're not making the picture available, Duncan just changed his background,
We'll
and
cut to it.
yeah, okay. Um, so I like that they tried to do something really different, but here's the
Yeah.
issue: because it was so out there, they had to spend the whole movie, and the world's already established. They had to establish that this was a thing now,
Okay.
and so they spent half the movie doing that, and then like every joke in this movie is a callback to the first. Like I literally think every joke in this film is a callback to the first movie, and like, oh,
Wow.
remember this? Isn't this funny? Like
I can see how that might
laugh.
be.
If I was a little
Oh,
kid, I would have been bored out of my mind watching this movie.
really?
I would have been bored out of my mind. And the second half is definitely a lot better, but it's still not great. I'd say the biggest plus I'll give this film is the animation is beautiful, the special effects are great, and the music is okay. I like two songs. There's a Christoph has a number, and they try to go for this cheesy over the top like editing and stuff, and like where it fades in and it fades into like a close up of his face.
Oh, that's
I didn't.
cool.
Oh no, it
Something different.
wasn't.
It sounds like it's
No,
something different.
I didn't like it.
That's fair.
And
Now,
like they
Frozen 2 is
slight spoiler. I won't say
okay.
who they kill someone,
Hans?
and it's
The-
like you know they're coming back. Like
Wait,
you
in like
know.
a third?
No,
In a
no,
third?
like they like you know they're
Oh,
gonna
like
come
they've
back by
gone.
the end of the movie,
Gotcha.
and it's just like why?
So they're trying to like make the kids
They
believe
the first
it.
one. The first one was about the first one was about the bond of the sisters, and I loved that. And then
Yeah.
they completely lost sight of that in this one. I feel like,
Okay, so you felt like it was directionless.
yeah,
I see.
it was kind of like someone wanted to do a Dungeons and Dragons campaign.
But set in the world of Frozen.
Yeah. Can I go
I got
again with one?
you. Yeah, hit me.
I should have done this after Clone Wars. I finished watching Star Wars Resistance season 2, which is the final season.
Oh yeah. Finish up your
Uh,
thoughts on that.
so obviously, like I mentioned in the last podcast with these shows, they start off for kids and then they grow up with their audience.
That's right.
So because Star Wars fans suck, they kind of bashed this one out the gate and were like, oh, it's a kid show. Blah, blah, blah. So they had to cancel it after 2 seasons, which
Oh.
sucks because like the season 2 finale, I genuinely thought was good. And like there's this character arc between this character named Tam and our
Mhm.
main dude Kazuda. And and
Fair.
hey, that voice actor when I went to Star Wars Celebration and I posted on Instagram, he commented
Wow.
on my post and said, "You rock, Frank." So
Aw.
that's the only reason I started watching the show.
That's okay. That's cute.
um, and you know what? I genuinely I enjoy this, and I feel like if they had gone on for more seasons, it would have been really good.
Yeah.
It would have been so good. And now, can you send me that background?
Yeah.
Um, um, I feel like it was wasted now because I'm like, you could have done good stuff. You could have brought in characters like Iden Versio from Battlefront. She would have fit perfectly into this.
Yeah.
And like, they had a really good, like, they really could have tied it together. I know in like Rise of Skywalker, you see the Colossus and that giant ship fight, which is neat. So I'm happy they were at least to do something like that. Like, hey, they live on.
Okay,
But
I like that.
I want more. I was really enjoying it. I really liked the characters. There was a real sense of family to it, and that's what I really liked.
Do you know if because okay, Clone Wars is ending.
Hmm.
Um,
Rebels is done.
Rebels is done. Do you know where they're going after that? If they have any new TV shows coming up, or are they shifting fully to live action?
I have to assume there's still going to be something animated coming.
Okay,
We're probably like 2 or 3 years away from it.
I see.
I think they're in the pre-production of it.
Yeah,
And I think they're going to go away from the Skywalker saga.
which it might be a good thing to explore
Yeah.
new grounds, right?
Well,
You've
they
set up.
just announced in the books they're doing this. They're doing like 200 years before the Phantom Menace. Like that's their new like timeline that they're going to be doing with the books. So I'd love to see something like that with an animated show.
Yeah, explore, right? You have this rich, wonderful universe that you've set up. Like explore it.
Yeah.
I'll go
So
really
that's
quick after that. I watched Star Wars 5 and 6.
oh yeah.
A friend of mine had not seen them since they were a kid, and they were like, "Let's watch Star Wars 5 and 6." I was like, "Hell yeah!" And so I did. And
What'd you think? They hold up? I watch them like every month.
they're
So
pretty they're pretty classic. I
they're
like them a
good.
lot. I think the humor surprisingly has stayed relevant
Hmm.
for like decades now.
Yeah.
Very entertaining. It can be slow at times. It doesn't keep up with modern movie pacing.
I kind of like it though.
Yeah,
It's very
it gives you time to
there's
breathe.
not many movies from that time that I'd go back and watch constant.
Hmm.
That's not true. The 80s is full of gems. I'm a piece of crap for I wasn't
All right.
thinking.
How many more do you have left?
I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
So I have two. So
I'm just gonna go through them. Right.
yeah.
I'm gonna go through a couple. Like right now. We're just gonna
Oh sure. I'm ready.
whip them out. The Ring, early 2000s movie. Uh I don't like what I had to go like I don't know. I liked it. It was
Okay.
good.
Great.
But I would never watch it again.
Understood. One
Like
of
I
the
was like, okay, this is neat. Oh, you know what I like though? You know what I really like? I liked at the end and you get this little girl in the well and she's crawling and you're like, ooh, that's because she sticks her hand on the damn TV. And I was like, oh yeah, like I was there for that. I was
Aw.
there for that. I like the ending. Can I spoil it? It's
Yeah,
an
go
old
for it.
I like the ending where like you have to make a copy of the tape, and that's the only way that'll prevent you from dying.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was neat. I kind of wanted the
It's like,
little
well, it's
kid.
your
Have you
problem
seen it?
now.
Have you
I have
seen it?
not.
There's a little kid, and I kind of wanted him to die at the end. Is
Horror
that maybe
movies
a
and
bad
kids.
person?
No, I think horror movies try to make kids unlikable.
Yeah.
I'm
Um,
not saying you should hate children, but like,
I watched a movie when we did the IMDb podcast,
that's right.
the one that was really bad. Um, and there was a movie on there that you said was good and I should watch, and I watched it, and that movie was Fargo.
Yeah.
I liked it. It was cute. I watched that with my family, and my mother did not like. She got very annoyed by the accents when everyone was like, "Oh yeah, oh yeah." She was not a fan of that.
It can be a little grating after a
Mhm.
while. That is true.
But the story was good. I liked what's the name of that guy with the big eyes?
Steve Buscemi,
Steve Buscemi killed it. Um,
pretty great in that.
I like the scene with the wood chipper at the end.
Oh
Yeah.
man, that is cinema right there.
How many do you have? You said two.
Two left.
All right, so I'm gonna get away the. I'm gonna talk about my two favorite ones at the end. So I'm gonna keep just cranking through. I watched the first Fantastic Beasts movie.
Oh, what'd you think of that?
It was really fun. I was happy to return back to that world, and it was a fun time. I heard the sequel sucks, but I really want to check it out because
I mean, you might as well, right? You started that
yeah,
train.
I like the characters. There's like this orphan dude played by Ezra Miller, and
Mm.
like he was interesting. I really liked him. I liked the returning to the Wizarding World.
Aw,
I can't wait for the third one too. I'm excited. I'm like, hell yeah, let's do it. Hell or High Water, bank robbery. I love crime
I love
movies.
that movie. That is
It's
such a
so
good movie.
good.
I love that
Um, I could watch people robbing banks all day. I don't know why.
one.
I
There's a
really
lot of
enjoyed it.
movies about that.
There is. The Social Network.
Oh yeah,
Have you seen it?
I haven't.
I really want to delete my Facebook after watching that movie.
Yeah, no, I
Because
don't.
like that dude, Zuckerberg,
Yeah,
screw that guy. Like he did stuff where he could have been a millionaire, but he where he had a choice to be like getting millions of dollars or screwing people over, and he
and
chose
he
screwing
chose to
people
screw people
over just
over.
because he enjoyed it.
I can see how that
Like it was
is
so fun. Like
bad.
what a little psychopath.
What a wormy little psychopath.
Yeah. But I liked it. It was a great movie. Jesse Eisenberg. I watched this movie and I was like, I could see after watching this why they were like, yo, let's cast this dude as Lex Luthor.
Yeah,
Like if he had given like that wasn't what they're going for in Batman v Superman, but like if he had given that performance, it would have been riveting.
hmm.
What's next on yours?
Fight Club.
I've never seen it.
Do you know what it is about?
Uh we're not allowed to talk about it.
Fight Club is one of those movies where like everyone's heard of it and you've heard the jokes, but not everyone has seen it.
Mhm.
And I think, okay, surface level, Fight Club is a very basic movie. Like when you hear about it, you're like, oh yeah, people just they meet up and they fight. Like
Yeah.
that is actually like the smallest part of the movie.
Okay.
All right, we're gonna need a small intermission for my review of Fight Club because Frank has just assaulted me. I don't
It's
want.
my favorite. Can I just say, when you deleted your Facebook, I was bummed because I was like, I'll never be able to see that picture again. And then for some reason, it was saved in my photos on my computer. I don't know why, but I'm so happy I have it.
For context, I can't believe I'm explaining this, but I was in drumline freshman year of high school,
It's got little symbols.
and I played the cymbal. And that is the only picture that exists from that time of my life. And I hate that you have it. I want all copies burned. And now it's
Oh
on the
no.
internet.
be happy we don't have classes together, because if we had a Zoom with the entire class, I would 110% make this the background.
I believe you, actually. I
Yeah.
don't think that's an idle threat. I feel
I'll
like
change it. I'll
you'd
change
wait
it.
until I'm talking and then you'd just throw that up there. Anyway, Fight Club. Fight Club is such a fun exploration of capitalism and masculinity.
Ooh. I
And
haven't heard that. I just heard they fight in a basement.
well, you right, like why are they
Yeah.
fighting in a basement? I think the movie explores like a lot of systematic issues that were taking place at the time.
Hmm.
I recommend this movie like to anyone. I think it is, you can look at it in so many different ways that it really could be, it's a movie for everyone.
Yeah. Okay. Even the
Um
kids?
nope. This is a hard R of a movie,
Okay.
but I think you would love it.
I think I would too. I need to check it out.
Mhm.
I'm usually so adamant. Like when I'm home, I go to the library every week and I get out like 10 movies and I watch them. But
Wow.
because of this whole shutdown thing, and
Yeah,
it's killing me because to me that's like a vault of movies that I'm just like,
of course.
oh. Like I've
Prized.
been dying to watch Doctor Sleep so bad, and
Oh yeah.
I know it's there, and I want it.
Hmm.
It's killing me. Let me talk about one. There was an
Go for it.
awkward pause. Uh, have you heard about Joe Exotic
Oh my god.
and that woman Carol Baskin?
No, I've not finished this, but I watched the first 2 episodes.
Okay. Uh, when you watched the first 2 episodes,
I did.
so I feel like everyone's seen it at this point. Where did you leave off on?
Right before episode 3, which
Well, no,
explores
what was the big cliffhanger at the end?
Carol Bassett murdered her
Carol
husband. They
Baskin
can't find his
feeding her.
body.
Yeah. So Carol Baskin, Jesus, what a woman! Like first of all, I just like to say I knew women in high school that dressed like Carol Baskin.
Wow, throw up a picture, editing Duncan.
um, Carol Baskin is she's I can't even explain Carol. How do you explain Carol Baskin to like an Amish person who doesn't know about this?
She is a self-righteous, self-appointed pioneer for tiger rights.
You know what I loved about the Tiger King?
Yeah, what's that?
Everybody in it was a hypocrite. They were wrong. Like everybody in this was just so wrong, but they all thought that they were like a saint.
Yeah, I think
This
that is
boy
a
right here, Joe Exotic, thought the same thing.
I think that's an interesting way to look at it, because I think a lot of people are like, haha, look at those funny people and their big kitties. But like looking at it from a lens of like these people are dead set that they're doing the right
There's a
thing.
group of people that want. Do you know Joe Exotic is in jail, right? It's in the like
Yes.
the beginning. There's a group of people that want to free him, and I'm like, did you not watch it? Like this man should like
I mean, he's an endearing
like
person,
here's the thing.
but
If
like,
I had to make a list of people to go to jail, Joe Exotic isn't at the top of the list, but he's on the list.
yeah,
Like he's on the list. Like I think Carol Baskin's number one. No,
ever
no, no. The cult.
out of anybody.
No, no, no. I take that back. I forgot his name. The cult leader is number
I hate
one.
that dude. The dude with the multiple wives.
Yeah, that dude's
That's
number one.
creepy.
It's like him, Carol Baskin, Joe Exotic, and then everyone else.
Oh yeah,
You have no idea you're only 2 episodes. You have no idea what's coming.
that's what everyone's telling me.
You have no idea what's
Oh,
coming.
you're only 2 episodes in. Hold on to your butt. Like,
Yeah. Hold on to your custom-made Joe Exotic underwear. Joe Exotic. First of all, this documentary came out at the perfect time.
I would agree.
Everyone's stuck inside, and it's perfection. It's literal perfection.
That's a high recommendation.
I highly recommend it. What was your final one?
My final one is Parasite. I
Ooh,
finally got around to seeing Parasite.
best
and
picture.
I can see why. I
It's
think
going to
that,
be on Hulu on the 8th for anybody who's not
oh,
in
that's good.
who wants to see it. Get that free trial.
That movie is
It's
so
so
well done.
layered. It's so layered.
Yeah, there's so much to think about, and like it starts off one way and then it takes a hard turn and becomes an
Hmm.
entirely different movie. It does that like 3 times. Like
Yeah.
the turns that movie takes you on. I won't talk about it too much because I'm sure everyone has seen it.
Hmm.
Like
And if you haven't seen it, that's a
tackling,
movie. That's a movie you want to go into knowing nothing.
I would agree because oh, the twist.
Oh yeah,
Like
all the
that was
twists.
such a shift. That first one though, like I knew something was coming.
Like I thought it was gonna be like a heist movie
Yeah,
because like there's it's like every genre. It really is. Like there's comedy. There's like horror esque. There's like oh my, it's so good.
man, I don't even want to think about the horror parts.
I know
It's so effective.
it is.
Ugh.
Is that all you have to say?
Pretty much. Watch
Alrighty.
Parasite. I won't spoil it, but hot damn, it is
So
worth
my final film is a movie I watched last night via the Disney Plus,
it. Interesting.
and it is Disney's new film Onward.
Oh, what did you think?
Holy crap. This, okay, when I first saw the trailers, I have a thing with Pixar.
Sure.
I think they put out the worst trailers in the world. I genuinely think, like, I watch a Pixar trailer and I don't want to watch it. And then I
Wow.
watch the movie and it blows me away. So I thought
Oh.
Onward, I was like, I always fall for it. I'm like, this trailer looks not so great. I watched it last night and I teared up a couple. Like, it's genuinely like, don't
Oh.
watch it unless you want to cry. Like, it's
Oh, that's
so
so
good.
sweet.
It's probably like top 10 Pixar films of all time.
No kidding.
Like it's up there for me. And like I always say I'm a sucker for like family oriented movies. I don't know
Yeah,
why.
for sure.
But like this movie gets you. Like
Oh.
you Chris Pratt is phenomenal. Like for like and there's definitely like plot elements where it's like a situation's brought up and you know how they're gonna get out of it. So to me it's not really about the plot so much as it is about the it's definitely like character driven.
Okay. Yeah.
And I loved it.
I
I
mean, I've seen the
I like
trailers, and I will admit, I also thought it was like a mediocre
I'm
something.
smiling just thinking about it. That should you should pick that for family movie night.
If you recommend it so much, I will.
It's so good. It's so good. Like Pixar's like, oh, can I see your emotions? Yeah, give it to me. Take that, and then they like beat you with it, and it's so
Oh,
good.
that's a perfect, accurate
Oh yeah,
representation of what they do. Because man, they know how to start those tear ducts working.
assault my feelings, just like yeah.
Yeah,
So that's what we watched in March.
that is March for
A
us.
lot of these we talked about are on streaming, and I recommend people hop on. What else are you gonna do?
You have the
Don't
time.
you have the time. Don't go out grocery shopping. Don't do that. It's not important anymore. It's the end of the world. What you need to do is sit back, watch Clone Wars, and I don't know
Frank,
where I'm going
we
with this.
can't advocate that people don't get groceries,
They
right?
don't need the food or the toilet paper.
I feel like those are essential to.
If you don't eat, you don't poop. If you don't poop, you don't need toilet paper.
Oh shit.
Literally.